Vaahakayo, Vaahakayo, miyadu ingeresi Vaahakayo. Kudin kiya Vaahakayo, riti riti Vaahakayo. Vaahakayo, Vaahakayo, miyadu ingeresi Vaahakayo. Kudin kiya Vaahakayo, iburattari Vaahakayo.
Assalamu alaikum. Horihakodinge haluke hine. Koba miyoti Vaahaka kiya waguti chahifaye. Aduwa hando titibi. Miedu tikudinna genesteni ingiresi Vaahaka. Miedu program husha halalma mi baddalu kolli hiriya schoolum Aminati naduma. Miedu esriti Vaahaka take tikudinna genestena. Miedu furatama mi genesteni make decisions wisely mi Vaahaka. Miedu furatama tikudinna Vaahaka kiyadeeni Aishat Misk bint Abdullah Hasin. Mi hiriya school ge grade 5 ge darivare mi Vaahaka liunives Misk. Hingado Vaahaka aduwa halama.
At the Atoll Pearl Academy, there were two girls who were very different. One called Elena was gifted with extreme beauty, but she was mean and selfish. In studies too, she was careless, with getting fail grade most of the time. The other girl named Lily was quite the opposite. She was kind and selfless. She showed much care for studies and earned good grades. One day, however, things changed. Elena from nowhere asked Lily to be her friend. In time, they became close together, so much so that they became best friends. They went with their parents to have ice cream. They went for sleepovers at each other's place. Lily was on cloud 9 and thankful. She was now as popular in school just as Elena. But at the back of Lily's mind, there always was a slight hesitation towards the friendship. Yet Lily ignored it, thinking she thought this way because she had been without a good friend for a long time. Days passed this way. Lily and Elena's friendship bloomed. They hung out every day after school, and the usual time Lily spent for studies was now spent on having fun. At first, Lily tried to stop herself from letting go of her well-planned schedule this way, but Elena became impatient whenever she did so. So, in time, this began to show in the grades Lily received. Lily's parents tried to advise Lily to come back to being her previous self. But what had become more important for Lily then was her friend, not her parents, not her studies. Lily was too innocent to notice that the person she considered as her best friend might not be as good as she thought she was. Years passed. Lily and Elena were now in the 9th grade. Things were very different though. Lily was not even remotely the same person as she was in the past. She did not have manners anymore and treated people with disrespect. She got low grades now just like Elena. And most sadly, she completely ignored her parents. This way, when Lily went to school one day, she received the latest biology test paper. Where she used to get top marks before, now she got below 10. This was her favorite subject, and her teacher, who had high expectations of Lily and helped her in deciding to become a physician, was terribly disappointed. Lily has now lost her teacher too. That day, when Lily went home, there was food prepared as usual. But her parents were not there because Lily had screamed at them to not have food with her. At first, they did stay. But after more screaming, shockingly heard, they had stopped having meals with her. But Lily's mother always left her wonderful cooking for Lily. Eating slowly, Lily received a message from Elena. It was to come to a party that afternoon. But this time with the food lovingly cooked by her mother, but with her absence, and the low grades in studies with the disappointment of the teacher, and the way people not avoid her due to her disrespectful manners, Lily took a time to think for herself. She sat and thought about her behavior and how she had changed. She could not wholly blame Elena, of course. She had brought this on herself and to change. She herself needed to make a decision. So first, Lily apologized to her parents and the people she had hurt. She then told Elena about her decision and invited her to change with Lily. Elena refused. So Lily, by herself, started everything. She again began to spend more time with her family and in studies. And she kept thinking in life, it is important that we make good decisions, whether it is about studies or choosing friends. Good decisions are needed. Moral: make decisions wisely and think before you act.
Koba Vaahakari tita. ವರಂಗ್ ಇಬ್ರೆತ್ತರಿ ವಾಹಕೆ ಎದ್ದೋ ಮಿ ಅಡು ಇವುನಿ ಎಕಮುಗು ತಂಕೊಳೆ ಕುರು ವಾಹಕೆ ಮಿಯದು ಅದಿವೆಸ್ ಎವ್ವಾಹಕ ಕಿಯಾದೇನ ದೆನ್ ಕಿಯಾದೆ ಮಿಯೊಳೆ ವಾಹಕಗೆ ನಮಕಿ ದ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಥರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿ ವಾಹಕ ಲಿಯುನಿ ಹಿರಿಯಾ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ 5ಗೆ ದರಿವರೆ ಏಯ್ ಆಯಿಷತ್ ನಸೀಮ್ ವಾಹಕ ಕಿಯಾದೇನಿ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ 5ಗೆ ದರಿವರ್ ಫಾತಿಮತ್ ಮೈಹಾ ಅಹ್ಮದ್ ಹಿಂಗ ವಾಹಕ ಅಡುವ ಹಾಲಮಾದೋ
The harsh sun shone mercilessly. There was nothing but the endless stretch of white sand and a few palm trees. I had been wandering around for hours now. I was dragging my feet because the heat was unbearable and hoped to find shelter, but there was none. What madness had brought me here? Why did I ever agree to go on an adventure with Ali? I wondered, regretting with my thoughtless action. My throat hurt as I swallowed. I thought that I would pay $1 million for a cup of water. I covered my head with my bag in an attempt to shield it from the piercing sun. I felt like crying, but no tears came except for a pitiful moan. Had my tears dried up as well? What happened to Ali? I had come to this island with my parents and brother Ali to escape the crowding in Malé, and we had had so much exploring the island. When Ali had suggested to go on an adventure, I agreed without any worries. Who would have thought that the adventure would turn into a nightmare? It started when Ali and I tried to walk further and further away from the area where people lived. In time, we found ourselves surrounded by an endless area with no trace of where we came from. Both Ali and I tried to contain our fear. However, the heat and exhaustion overwhelmed us and we started blaming each other. After hours of walking, we decided to go separately. I was wandering by myself when tired and in exhaustion I fell. Now, in the sand, I was helpless and hopeless. The heat and dehydration had taken their toll on me. I slowly slumped into the soft sand, barely conscious. I faintly heard the sound of crows, with my eyes about to close in their blurred exhaustion. I dimly glimpsed what seemed to be a big animal racing toward me. This way, I drowned in tiredness. Then, from nowhere, I felt my body as if it were floating. Next, I felt some protruding on my back. I moaned in pain and forced my eyes open. What I saw, even in my faint mind, made me wonder whether I was dreaming. But I realized for real when water thankfully touched my lips. My parents and Ali were here. They had come in a car to find me. They let me rest for some more time and let me have more water. The incident made me realize that family is important, that however terrible a situation we face, if we have close bonds with our family, we need not worry. So love your family and care for them, for they are the closest people you will have in life.
Moral: if anything happened to you, only your family will be with you.
ಕೊಬಾ ತಿಕುದಿನ್ನ ಮಿವಾಹಕ ರೀತಿತ ಉಮ್ಮೀದು ಕುರಂ ಮಿವಾಹಕವಸ್ ರೀತಿವಾಣಕಮ ಮಿಯದು ಮಿಗೆಣಸ್ತಿಂದೆ ವಾಹಕವಸ್ ರೀತಿಕಮಂ ಉಮ್ಮೀದು ಕುರಂ ಇರಾದು ಕುರವಿಯ ಮಾದಮಾವಸ್ ವಾಹಕಯೋಗ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಗ್ ಗೆಣಸ್ತಿನಮ್ಗ ಉಮ್ಮೀದುಗಾ ವಕಿವೆಲಾಣಂ ವಸ್ಸಲಾಮು ಅಲೈಕುಂ.
Vaahakayo, Vaahakayo, miyadu ingeresi Vaahakayo. Kudinkiya Vaahakayo, riti riti Vaahakayo. Vaahakayo, Vaahakayo, miyadu ingeresi Vaahakayo. Kudinkiya Vaahakayo, iburattari Vaahakayo.